Today, we're going deep undercover to tell the story of one of chemotherapy's oldest and, frankly, most clever drugs. Think of it like a cellular spy that uses a Trojan horse strategy to trick its way inside cancer cells, and then, well, destroy them from the inside out.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll look at the drug's absolutely brilliant disguise. Then we'll break down its devastating three-pronged attack. After that, we'll check out the real-world battlefields where it's used, talk about the unavoidable collateral damage, and wrap up with a critical safety check that can literally be a matter of life and death.
All right, so the central problem when you're fighting cancer is its obsession with growth. It's just relentless. But, as we're about to see, that very obsession is also its greatest weakness, a vulnerability that scientists figured out how to exploit in a really smart way.
I mean, this was the big question facing researchers way back in the 1950s. If you could just find a way to attack the process of growth itself, you might have a shot at stopping cancer in its tracks. But how do you get your weapon past the cell's defenses? Well, the answer turned out to be deception. And that's where this comes in. Meet 5-fluorouracil, or just 5-FU for short. This isn't just a drug, it's a master of disguise. You see, researchers noticed that aggressive cancer cells are super hungry for a nutrient called uracil. They need it to build RNA and just keep fueling their crazy growth. So the researchers designed 5-FU to be a near-perfect imposter.
And let me tell you, this strategy worked. I mean, it really worked. For over 70 years now, 5-FU has been a cornerstone of cancer treatment. It became, and it still is, one of the most essential tools that doctors have for treating all sorts of common solid tumors. Okay, so check this out. The disguise itself is so simple, it's brilliant. On the left, you've got natural uracil, the good stuff the cell wants. And on the right, that's our spy, 5-FU. The only difference is that one single hydrogen atom has been swapped out for a fluorine atom. It's such a tiny tweak, but the cancer cell's security is totally fooled. It welcomes the spy right in, thinking it's getting a vital nutrient. But once it's inside, the spy doesn't just hang around. Oh no. It gets right to work, unleashing a devastating three-pronged attack designed to bring the cancer cell's entire operation to a grinding halt.
So, job number one is sabotage. An active form of 5-FU hunts down this really important enzyme that acts like a factory for a key DNA building block. It latches onto that enzyme, and that little fluorine atom we talked about, it forms an unbreakable bond, permanently shutting the factory down. The cell is basically starved of an ingredient it desperately needs to copy its DNA, a state that scientists call phimoless death.
The second line of attack is all about spreading disinformation. Another active form of the drug gets woven right into the cell's RNA, which is like the messenger service that carries instructions from the DNA. This scrambles the messages, which leads to faulty proteins being made, and just throws the cell's entire internal machinery into total chaos.
And for its final act of sabotage, the spy gets even more direct. A third form of 5-FU can actually get mixed right into the DNA blueprint itself. It's like planting a tiny time bomb. When the cell tries to repair this faulty piece, the DNA strands just shatter, which triggers the cell to self-destruct. Game over.
Okay, so now we get how this spy works on a microscopic level. Let's zoom out and take a look at the real-world battlefields where this powerful little agent is sent into action.
5-FU is an absolute workhorse against a whole bunch of solid tumors. It's a key part of the standard treatment for things like colorectal cancer, certain breast cancers, and a lot of cancers in the digestive system, head and neck. It can even be used as a simple cream to treat precancerous spots on the skin.
But here's the catch. This weapon's incredible strength, its ability to go after any cell that's growing fast, is also its biggest weakness. And this leads to the unavoidable problem of side effects, or what you could call collateral damage.
And this is the point that you really have to understand. 5-FU is programmed to do one thing: attack any cell that divides quickly. Period. It literally cannot tell the difference between a malignant cancer cell and a perfectly healthy normal cell that just happens to reproduce fast.
And once you get that, the side effects make perfect sense. Your bone marrow, it's a non-stop factory for new blood cells, so 5-FU can cause low blood counts. The lining of your mouth and your gut, those cells turn over every few days, which is why you can get sores and diarrhea. And of course, hair follicles are always growing, which can lead to hair loss. The side effects aren't random, it's just the drug doing its job, but in the wrong places. This brings us to our final, and maybe most critical point. While doctors have gotten really good at managing these side effects, There is one genetic factor out there that can turn this life-saving drug into a potentially fatal toxin.
So it turns out that about 3 to 5% of the population has a deficiency of a really important enzyme. Now, that might not sound like a huge number, but for this small group of people, getting a standard dose of 5-FU can be incredibly dangerous.
The condition is called DPD deficiency. You see, DPD is the enzyme that's supposed to be the cleanup crew. Its job is to break down and get rid of 5-FU from the body after it's done its work. If you don't have enough of this enzyme, the drug doesn't get cleared out. It just builds up and up and up to toxic levels. The source material is pretty blunt about it. This massive pileup of the drug can lead to life-threatening side effects, way beyond what's normally expected. And this is exactly why there's a huge push now to test patients for DPD deficiency before they ever get their first dose.
So what's the big takeaway here? Well, despite its age and despite the risks, the incredibly clever Trojan horse design of 5-FU has kept it as an essential weapon in the fight against cancer. The fact that it's still so widely used is just a testament to how ingenious that original idea really was.
And that kind of leaves us with a final thought to chew on. This cellular spy, designed over 7 decades ago, is still one of our top agents. So what is its simple, elegant, and long-lasting strategy of exploiting cancer's own hunger for growth teach us about how we should approach the fight in the future?